everyone. Welcome to Fresh Death Comics. I'm your host, B. Luke, and I have Amy with me in the studio. This is the Fresh to Death podcast, bringing you all the new fresh comics to talk about, some deaths to talk about, because that's why there has not been an episode, and this is going to be a monthly podcast now. It's just the way life works. Because God himself said, no, you can't have more than one podcast a month. It is the will of God. Because
you're not wrong, B. Luke.
We had everything planned. If you guys saw us this last month, we were at Free Comic Book Day at a lot of different comic book stores.
Oh, yeah.
That was so much fun until it wasn't.
To a point, yeah.
We went to Fat Cats, and we're having fun, and all of a sudden, Amy disappears, and I'm like, where'd you go, Amy? And she comes out, and she goes, you ready to go? And I'm like, I guess, yeah, let's go. She goes, all right, here's the deal. My mom's going up to see my grandmother. Things aren't going well. I don't know what to do. I don't know what that means, because, like, not doing well and, like, this is the end are two different stories.
Well, and I was still trying to figure out gauge where my mom thought that my grandma was at.
So we started traveling. We get to Elmira. All of a sudden, we see Jared. We see everyone from the Heroes crew.
Emily was there.
I love Emily's one. Yeah, she was there. All these famous people. David Ebeloff was there.
Yes.
There were so many people. We had this whole plan. We're going to interview all these people. You know, really, really get it down and have some fun. Like, I devoted a couple hours to really get some background stuff and really go out. So I started with the background stuff because I was like, that's going to be the easiest. I can see where I want to interview, maybe see which people, see what would be the best. And then all of a sudden, Amy gets the phone call saying, today may be the best day, and I want to postpone it. Maybe you'll be okay tomorrow.
Yep, that was...
Once you said maybe you'll be okay,
I was like, nah, no.
And the thing is like our itinerary, so we went from Binghamton to Elmira, and from Elmira we were going to Oswego.
Correct.
So we're already on our way, and I'm like, we're going past Auburn anyway.
Right.
We have to stop in. So we stop in, and once we see everything, I know everything's canceled out the door. I'm like, we're not making it to the Oswego comic shop because I really wanted to see their shop because I know they have a new owner and they had a special guest. I forgot who it was, but I really wanted to see them and see what that shop was all about.
Was Ethan up there?
No, Ethan is going to be at the Bing Bang. He was in Ithaca, I think.
Oh, okay.
But
I knew he was going to be at a shop somewhere close to here.
Yeah, it was really...
But that day was partially a blur to me for reasons that are obvious.
Yeah, so the highlight of the day was, like, I even had this whole video, guys, planned for you guys, like, at the end of the video during the Oswego sunset. It was Star Wars Day. Me and my sister are going to do this epic Star Wars battle as the sun set and on the lake. It was going to be this epic battle, but with emotions as they were, and no one really felt in the mood to be recorded, and Amy was kind of just a blur. A zombie would be a good thing. Like, you were really going, like, you got ice cream. I think you just got vanilla ice cream. Like, what ice cream? Vanilla. And they're like, okay, here you go. And you're like,
yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, I was just,
or you're like,
not really. I was checked out.
You were gone.
Yeah.
Which was understandable. And so I told my sister, I was like, let's do a lightsaber. And I tried to make it as fun as possible for you.
Well, because let's put this into perspective. This was what happened earlier in the week, B. Luke. I feel like this is some perspective that we also need to add.
What happened in the beginning of the week?
Monday.
My trench?
No, Monday was the previous Monday, because Free Comic Book Day was on a Saturday, as we know.
Correct.
Your aunt passed away.
Oh, yeah. On top of that. Yeah, that also happened. So, yeah, did we have recorded the episode? It was already done?
I think so.
Yeah, because it was the day before Free Comic Book Day.
Yep.
Yeah, that's when she passed. Was the day before Free Comic Book Day. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's the month I had. Yeah, so my aunt, we get a call. The cell phone services go down in Binghamton
Yes.
Thursday, so no one can get a hold of anybody.
Hmm.
So nobody can get a hold of me. All of a sudden that night when the cell phones work, all of a sudden I'm getting phone calls out the wazoo. Hey, have you heard about Aunt Evie? And I'm in this text mail chain. Hey, has anyone from Brian? Is he okay?
Hmm.
What's going on?
Yeah.
So my family's worried about it. I'm like, hey, sorry, there was no cell phone service. I didn't know.
Yeah,
We
because
didn't
there
have
was that
anything.
Verizon outage, and you were like, "Oh man, I fucked up my phone," and you were freaking out a little bit. But
Yeah, I
you know, we
was.
were, we
I
were. It
was.
was
I was
okay.
freaking out. I thought it was me because I was like, did I press something? Because it's so easy to do in phones and mess
It
it up.
is. It really is. And that was fair because I couldn't provide. It wasn't until I like Googled it that anything
So my
popped
uncle
up.
Peter was been trying to get a hold of me. Thinks that I don't want to talk to him because I'm not. I'm ignoring his messages. I'm like, no, Uncle Peter, I love you, man. You're a good man. I like
Yeah.
especially with
Let's.
all the drama we've had with the family. Like, it's just my family's very political, and on one line, and then Amy's on the other line, just as political, and sometimes it does not go well. So we have to like keep them separate. I have to keep Amy like cornered. I'm like, all right, Amy, we're going, we're fine.
For mostly my safety because I'm a tiny chihuahua,
So
basically.
anyway, I get a call from my mom. Why you been ignoring Uncle Peter? I was like, I wasn't ignoring him. She goes, you've been ignoring everybody, and I was like, I haven't. What's going on? And she tells me like, my aunt is dying,
Yeah. And
and at the time we don't understand. She says that she's refusing food,
hmm.
she's refusing medicine. This is it.
Yep.
And we had just talked to her a week before, and she was doing great.
Yeah, we
Well,
had like a half-hour conversation with her.
she did break her leg, but that, she was dealing with that, and she was being like a strong warrior. And I was like, you
Yeah,
go,
well,
girl.
the other thing is when you break the one whole leg that you have, you know, makes things a little tough.
Earlier that week, they were transporting her for dialysis, and they dropped her.
Hmm.
And because of the drop, it broke it again, and she has a blood clot now.
Hmm.
And so the doctors go, we can't operate, we can't do anything because she's a health risk.
Hmm.
So basically, the doctors don't want to tarnish their record by having a death on their
Well,
record.
to
So they
be
don't want to
fair,
take.
their record isn't very good.
So they were like, no, we're not helping her. So my aunt's only choice was like, I know the blood clot's coming.
Yeah.
Like, at any moment, it's going to happen. And sure enough, it
Hmm.
did. So we went down Friday, and we got some really precious moments. They
Yeah.
were,
She was lucid. She was
for,
lucid. She was with it for. She had very strong moments of clarity, I'll say.
it was a lot. So yeah, so we did that. And so the next day, and you're like, hey, it's my
Well,
turn.
oh, so we went and visited her on a Friday, and the next Monday she passed. And then it was Free Comic Book Day on Saturday. Saturday was when we decided to go up and see. So basically, you lost your aunt and my grandmother in less than a week.
So it's been a lot of funerals, a lot of seeing families,
Yeah.
a lot of hoteling.
Yeah. Oh my God. I forgot about.
This hotel situation has been. Our families
A
cannot
literal
die
nightmare.
correctly.
No.
Our families have to die at the most inconvenient time. So when your grandmother passes, she decides that she needs to have her funeral on
The next weekend.
the graduation weekend.
No,
Uh,
Mother's Day.
no, it was
It was Mother's
it was
Day.
also college graduation.
Yeah, oh, yeah, you're
'Cause
right. It was
that's
around there.
it was
Yeah.
the Oswego graduation. So it was. So there was no hotels because we usually like staying at certain hotels. We found this hotel. I know Auburn pretty well.
Hmm.
Like I have friends there.
Having worked there for so many years.
Correct. I worked at Party Time. I know Auburn. I never seen this hotel before ever. I swear it was like a Twilight Zone episode. If I drove past there, I don't think I could get there again. And I stayed there. I have no clue where. Like, it's right next to Hunter Biden's diner. That
Yep.
I guess is no longer in service.
Oh yeah, because that thing's like falling into the inlet.
Yeah, just like Hunter Biden. Maybe the diner has something to do with him. We fix up the diner.
We fix
We
up
fix
Hunter
up
Biden.
Hunter Biden.
We fix up the Biden's name.
Maybe that maybe people were
Oh
doing
my
lines
God.
of cocaine in the bathroom, and so it was causing him to do lines of cocaine in the bathroom.
I mean, it's Auburn, so that's very possible.
It's right next to Binghamton, home of the Twilight Zone.
Yep.
It doesn't seem out of the realm.
Yep.
Welcome to the Twilight Zone. The Hunter Biden diner is. So anyway, it's next to there somewhere. So we stayed in this hotel, and it was. The air conditioner didn't work.
Yeah.
Felt like that episode of Seinfeld where I'm just sweating. I'm so hot. Like I jump into the shower just to get cold. And I brought, because I have been, since we've last talked, on an Irish bomb kick.
Irish car bomb kick.
Irish
yeah.
car bomb kick. So I've been doing one a day, every single day,
Oh, please. Just one.
minimum.
Thank you.
Sometimes we only do one. I try to do multiples. So I was like, well, I want Amy to have fun. So I brought it all. Because I asked Amy, I said, yes or no? And Amy goes, yes. So I said, all right. She didn't know what she was saying yes or no
Nope.
to. So I packed up everything. I brought the Baileys. I brought the...
Yeah, I heard, we turned like backed out of the driveway and like turned the first corner, and all I heard was clink 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 clink, like the glass clinking, and I was like, I know exactly what you did.
So the one thing I forgot to bring was a can opener. So a bottle opener. So I'm like, how do I get this thing open? Like, I don't know how to open up a bottle. So like I'm looking online, and people use their teeth, and I can't.
No, that's a hard no for both of
anyone
us.
who can do it, send me some TikToks, because
No,
that's
don't send me some
fascinating.
TikToks because I find that, well, I
'Cause
feel like I can
It's like
feel
a
their teeth
superpower.
breaking.
I know, if you can do it, like I feel without breaking your teeth. If your teeth break, it's not my fault. I know your teeth is gonna break, but if you're one of those people like I can do it.
Wait, sorry, this is
Now
kind
you're
of a sidebar, but
now
wait.
you're like everyone's on Fresh Ed Comics. Like Fresh Ed told us to do this. Their teeth.
Oh
are
my
breaking.
God!
We
Wait,
should-
no,
I have to-
wait.
we have to
This is
do
so.
not do this.
Do not do this. But Brian, have you seen the TikTok of like, I think it's Jason Derulo eating.
Jason Derulo.
Yeah, he's eating corn on the cob, but for some reason he put it on a drill, so watch it on mute. But he like chips his fucking tooth on this drill. Yeah!
Oh no! If there's a drill or something, I usually check.
Why would you do like? Oh my
I
God!
would never.
But
oh.
like, and then he posted it on TikTok anyways. I'll send you the link so all of you can watch it at your own discretion, but I won't force you to watch it. I was just curious if you heard about this.
No, I did not. Oh my God, no. So I didn't know how to open it, but I saw that, like, I typed into the Google, which is
The Google.
funny because I was using their Wi-Fi to look this up. It's like committing a crime in the crime place, being like, "Hi, I would like to commit a crime. How can I commit the
Like
crime?"
going
crime
into the
goes,
police station and using their Wi-Fi.
Yeah, using their Wi-Fi. Like, how do I murder somebody and get away with
What
it?
chemicals do I need to buy?
You know, or so I'm in the Wi-Fi and it's I typed in like how to open up a bottle in a hotel, and they're like, if it's a certain sink, you can just do it on the sink. So
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it on the sink, and I popped it on the sink. Oh my goodness, it was like champagne or some kind of spray. It sprayed everywhere all over me. I wasted a whole beer.
I know you did.
It was all over me, and I was like, I'm not even drunk.
I know. And that got the floor a little slippery. I mean, I don't know if that's what kept the floor slippery, but...
Yeah, so then I ended up murdering Amy later that night by making the floor extra slippery. I dropped water. She fell.
Oh, not just fell. It was a whole ordeal. because I stepped, and this is like 3 o'clock in the morning. I have been sleeping for about an hour. You probably not at all. And I'm just on autopilot to get you medicine so that you don't feel like absolute shit in the morning so that we can drive home. And I didn't know. I think maybe you said you dropped some. Yeah, I think you said that you warned me that you dropped some water. And I was like, oh, it can't, like, it'll be fine. I've walked on water before. Like, it's fine. I don't know what the fuck this tile in this bathroom was made out of, but it felt like it was like partial banana peels because I just was slipping and sliding and I slid and like first of all I end up spread eagle, slammed my left shoulder into the sink that you were using to open up those Guinness bottles. And then, like, kind of catch myself for a second until I lose my frontward balance and go mouth first into the closed toilet.
And all I hear is, ah, Momo!
And then nothing else for a long period of time.
No, it was not a long period of time. I was up immediately, ran.
Oh,
I
because I
never
can't
saw my
imagine what
life
the sound was like of me
the-
hitting the final, all ping ponging off of everything.
like the emotions I had. Like I thought like you were gonna lose all your teeth. I thought maybe you hit your head, and what if you died? Like, this is where all this Myanmar shit came from. Like, I had this whole plan to go to Myanmar because I literally almost watched you die, and I have to now prepare myself because I'm so afraid you're gonna die now. So we filmed some stuff, but like not enough to do a video, and I don't know how to just like incorporate the video. So I was thinking about maybe just putting in here, like, here's some stuff we did at Free Comic Book Day, and including it here. But like, it's just a hodgepodge of like
Random
moments,
clips, yeah.
because like everything just happened so fast that like I didn't have time to process it.
Yeah.
So I just don't know what to do. But one thing I am excited about is at the end of the month we get to do a redo. So nobody in my family better die.
Jeez.
Nobody in Amy's family better die.
Yeah.
But like hopefully no one else dies. So at
Better
the end of the
not.
month there's the Bing Bang Comic and Toy Show put on by Fat Cat Comics. So I'm super excited. They got Ethan Young coming.
Finally, I'm so excited because I've heard so much about Ethan Young.
So David Eviloff is going to be there. He did the cabinets.
Yes.
So
Local
I'll
boy.
be excited because I have a lot of questions about this book. I read it and I don't know how to process it yet. Like I've read it twice.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very thinky book. I don't.
Yeah.
Do you have a chance to read it?
I did. I
So,
feel like
am I right? It's thinky. Like you got to read it a couple of times.
yes, you're correct. Like I only read it maybe an hour ago, but like I still need to digest and think about some things and at least read it one more time before I
Yeah.
think I'm like
And
ready
it's
to
been a
talk
while
about
since
it.
I've read a book that's like makes me think really hard, and like I don't know what to think
Yeah.
because like there's a lot happening.
Yes.
And like it's one of those adventures as you're going, you're like, oh, it's off.
It's happening. We're off to the races.
So you guys haven't read the cabinet, definitely recommended. So I'm excited to talk to him. Chris
Mhm.
Bell's going to be there.
Yes.
He does the gears. I got to find that for you to read. I have that here.
All right.
He's a good guy. And then Ken Wheaton's going to be there, and he does. You know we've seen him in Terrificon a few times. He does a lot of The Simpsons.
Oh, okay.
So he's like that's kind of where his I don't know claim to fame came
Yeah.
from in comics. Like he does other things as well, but like The Simpsons and
Mhm.
Futurama and that whole universe, like Ken Wheaton excels at that. Like
Oh,
he's
yeah.
one of the greatest Simpsons drawers I've ever seen.
Mm.
So I'm really excited for you to meet him.
I am too.
That's at the end of the month.
Yes.
So we're gonna do some videos. We're gonna have a table there.
We are gonna have a table.
We're gonna have some stuff for sale. We
Yes.
have our friend Nicole is making these fun terrariums of Pokemon themed
Yes.
adventures in like maybe the forest. That's all I've seen so far is some forest stuff.
Yes.
So she's gonna have that for sale. I'm super excited to have that.
They're
at the
gonna
table.
be pretty cool.
'Cause,
They're very cool looking.
And they're like one of the each thing she makes are like one of a kind. So like,
Handcrafted.
yeah, they're all handcrafted. So like, you can't really get the same one twice.
Exactly.
Like everyone's going to be different. So those are going to sell out fast.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
So that's at the end of the month. But let's talk about comics. Let's jump into it. Amy, I heard you the whole time reading because you started out first. You were reading the Biden's Titans.
I was Biden's Titans versus Trump's Titans.
And all I was thinking is, why is this lady laughing?
Well, I mean, first of all, part of me was like, drink every time Donald Trump says, of course. So John Barron, who wrote and create this book, has really gotten the dialogue of like Trump in there, and I think the Biden in there pretty well. Also, like the dialogue, the Trumpisms are perfect.
What'd you say? Where am I? What'd you say? We're great, America. Okay, folks.
So what you're trying to tell me is that there's an infinite multiverse. It's like, yeah, it's like, thank you. I didn't think I'd have to. I didn't know that I wanted Biden explaining a multiverse in a comic, but that's what we got.
So, and it's literally, like we talked about in the rundown, it was literally a fight.
Which I wasn't really expecting, I'll be honest. I thought that this was like a cover grab kind of deal. And in a way it was, but they used it to their best advantage. I mean, because it gave us the beautiful gift of all of these rare covers, but all of the regular variants, like A through F, I want to say, with Pence versus Biden's dog, yeah. The three AOCs versus Ted Raphael Cruz, which I loved that they included that in there, by the way. Oh, and then that Trump was like, "Oh yeah, Ted Cruz, your dad killed JFK."
Is that a true thing? I forgot that look because I forgot to look that up before we came on the show. Is that true? Did Ted Cruz kill JFK?
Ted Cruz's father? That I don't know, but
or
it
did
just
John
made
Barron
me
make this up? Like I'm just so.
If he's starting his own rumor, that would be amazing. Because all I was thinking about was everybody was joking about how Ted Cruz is the Zodiac killer.
So what I did with this book is I've never read any of these Biden Titans Trump stuff. I don't know who John Barron is, and I wanted to go in without knowing his biases.
Same thing. That's what I did too.
Because I didn't want to go knowing that he's a registered Republican, because then I'm going to go, well, you're just picking on Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Like, that's not nice. That's not nice. And so, or maybe he's a real liberal, and I'm like, that's really not fair to Trump, what you're doing.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be the most independent reading it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you do the same?
I did, because I also didn't look up his political affiliations or anything about him beforehand. And I think that really improved it, because I wasn't sure what I was expecting. And I feel like he did kind of a really kind of even job. Like, yeah, it may be more possibly left leaning, but he got some lefty jokes in about,
He got the
Biden jokes, the age jokes in there too.
The age
Yeah,
jokes. He
and
got the
then
AOC.
Andrew Yang showed up in there too, which was wild.
And Bobby Kennedy showed up. Which,
yeah.
When
Brainworms.
did this happen?
I don't know.
Like, when was Bobby Kennedy running for office before this book came out?
I think he was, but I want to say he really announced his presidency announced his run for or bid for president while I was working at the news station still.
Correct.
So I think during that time was maybe when they were trying to finalize, thinking about finalizing everything.
But usually when it goes to the printers and stuff like that, the book's kind of already done.
Yeah. So I think he announced it. I just think no.
Did he just predict? Predict Bobby Kennedy just showing up and being like, "I'm going to be part of this game."
Yeah.
Because that was amazing.
That was great. Oh yeah, and then his uniform in there is just like a needle with a slash through it.
Because he's the anti-vaxxer.
And he makes a joke about, I don't think Biden's having a bad day. I think he's just over-vaxxed.
Yes, that's what I was talking about. The left jokes.
Yeah.
Like this, I love the Ivanka joke. There was one about how they were talking about Trump sleeping with
Oh
his
yeah,
daughter.
I said I wouldn't never know how that is.
Uh, it was you gotta know politics though. The read this book. Like if you
Yeah.
don't know like who like the hardest conflict for me was the Pete Buttigieg versus Jared Kushner
Oh, cuz
because I
they're
don't know them as well.
correct.
And I
And
was
that
so
was
their
that,
fight
yeah.
was like I don't care, also don't know.
Which also, I mean, seeing how it ended up was kind of actually perfect though,
It did.
because they're basically brunette or yeah, brunette man number 1 and number 2. Like kind of,
They're like the same.
yeah, they're just kind of unremarkable.
Gotta say, after reading this, I kind of want to jump on this wagon and see where this story goes.
Right, because there's a whole thing with a time machine. There
Yeah,
were two Bernie Sanders.
there's also in the book. Apparently, they've done other adventures where they fought Dracula. They fought next time they're fighting Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse, which I was like, what the hell?
And I'm wondering if Ron DeSantis shows up there or something.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm wondering that too. Or like Vivek Ramaswamy
yeah. So
showing up.
I
Tim Scott.
so this is a book I never thought. Like I've seen it before, and I thought it was just a joke. But now I'm kind of on this wagon of like, I kind of want to keep reading this.
Yeah.
It's such political satire that I need. Like, because of not knowing his affiliations going in and they're both jabbing, I can laugh at both of them. It's kind of
Yeah.
like watching the Colbert Report over again. Before I knew, I don't know, the truth.
Before you realized that it was satirical.
I thought he was real. I thought Stephen Colbert. I thought the Colbert Report was real. I thought those were his true views. So when he was telling all the jokes, I was like, man, he tells it how it is. He'll tell jokes on both sides of it. How great! Like he really is a true like independent. I didn't know it was a joke until I went to college and had a fight with a girl.
It wasn't me.
No, it was this girl, and she was like, it's all an act. I worked at the Daily Show. I interned there. Don't tell me
Yeah.
how the show is. I was there.
And that was the first time you
And
started to think of what mansplaining was.
No, I broke down. Like I kind of like shut down and didn't know what was real, not real anymore.
I'm just picturing you like crying, sobbing, shoving people out of the way. It's not real. I can't believe it. Ah, like distraught.
I went out to my dorm room to grab my copy of the Colbert Report book.
It's
'Cause I
tear
bought it.
stained now.
Yeah, I ripped up the
Oh my god.
the paper sleeve to it.
Yeah.
I said no. I ripped it up. I was so angry and burned it.
Oh my.
And I went to burn the book. I said no. I paid money for this book. I'm gonna keep the book part. But fuck you. I don't want to look at your face. You stupid man. You're ruining life. It was
Yeah, if you're not into politics, you're not gonna enjoy it. And then I mean, let's be real. The plot is loose, but it's really
literally
only
a fight between everybody.
Oh yeah, and there are winners and losers.
Also, I love the ending. I don't want to spoil it, but the ending was pretty good
Yes.
because he basically is predicting the future, and I really like it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I don't want to give too much away.
Yes.
One-
So if you guys can get a hand on one of these issues, definitely do it.
We have a whole bunch of them, so maybe get a hold of us. We'll sell you a few.
Yes.
Because we ended
Do
up
you want variants? We got variants.
we ended up buying all of it so we could get the Trump cover and the Biden cover.
The 2 Trump covers.
Yeah, because we bought so many of them. We got the 2.
I know.
Yeah, we got so many.
The real news version and the fake news version, which we probably went up in price now that Donald J. Trump is found guilty of 34 felony counts, which whenever I get upset, I just say this to myself and then I feel a little bit better because I'm like, at least I don't have 34 felony counts against me.
So I was watching. So I watch politics. I watch both sides. I was watching Fox News and they did a politics like poll, and apparently Trump is now ahead in their polls after the
I
conviction.
not surprised.
And I'm just like, I guess what Trump said was right. He could go out in the middle of New York City, shoot somebody in the head, and his rating would
Still
go up
win.
10 points. Because
Yep.
that's exactly what Fox News said.
Um,
And I didn't check the other outlets because I just haven't done it. I just saw the poll.
well, not
for
only
Friday.
that, but like January 6th also happened too,
Yeah.
which were, putting a nice rose-colored lenses on that.
It was a trip, just a casual trip.
It
to
was
hang
just a bunch of friendly sightseers
out.
who
Just-
took a shit on, I want to say Nancy Pelosi's, somebody's
She was
desk.
one of them, I think.
Somebody took a shit on somebody's desk in there.
But yeah, that was a lot.
That was a lot.
So in the Marvel books, let's just jump
yeah,
to
let's
Marvel.
yeah.
So in Marvel, the event has begun called Blood Hunt. What it is somehow the sun has been blocked, been turned off,
Yes.
and now the vampires are raising through the world, and they are now trying to conquer the world. It's like their one last ditch effort to take over and control the world.
Yes.
And this story goes balls to the wall.
yeah, it
with
does.
everything you can imagine. There's some deaths. There are some traitors.
Yep.
It's a great jumping on point for people. Like if you
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, there's other books that we mentioned on the rundown that are tie-ins to the event.
And after reading the first Blood Hunt, I am sold. I'm
yeah.
glad I've been asking for them because I'm excited to read the rest because finding out like what Blade is doing.
Yes. Because
he-
Blade's in it.
Yeah, Blade's a big character in it. I mean, it's vampire, so Blade's
And
going to
it's
show up.
the Avengers also.
And it's the Carol team, so it's the new Avengers.
So it's Wanda and Carol. So I am in.
So that it's exciting for you. It's the Avengers. So the Avengers book you've been reading. This is
Yep.
this is their event.
I know.
So it's Carol's team taking on an event. We'll see how she does.
Well, I mean, to start out, not so great.
So there's a couple of vampire people. Like the goal is to take out all the vampires.
yes.
But what about our friendly vampire friends?
Because there are a
Blade?
few. Yes.
Jubilee.
Yes.
I don't know if you know that or not.
I
Jubilee's
did
a
not
vamp-
know that.
So this is back when I first started reading comics.
Mhm.
Jubilee had gotten bit by Dracula and turned into a vampire, and then her
Oh.
baby is like half vampire.
Oh, so she's like, her baby is like Blade, where Blade is half vampire.
Correct.
Okay.
Shogun, I think the baby's name is. So anyway, but Jubilee's a vampire, but she's a good person.
Right.
Like I'm very interested, but also
Yes.
knowing that the X-Men books are going to start over soon.
Mm-hmm.
Are they just gonna? Is that their way of killing off Jubilee here, and then they can reborn her as not a
Not a vampire.
vampire in this
Perhaps.
new age of X-Men?
That is a question.
Because now with the new series out on Disney, the X-Men.
97.
So she's back in the news. She's popular.
Yes.
So I can definitely see this.
Yeah, I could see this as a rebooting of her character. Really, it would be easy enough to. But there was also some team members who were bit.
Yes, and I want to know the consequences of that.
Oh yeah, I do
Like,
too.
There were some sacrifices that were made.
Mm-hmm.
Usually these events, there's going to be some lasting kind of
Consequences.
consequences that will stage for our next year in the
Mhm.
Marvel Universe. I don't know what we're going to do. It's very... I am kind of upset that maybe DC isn't doing this because I would like the sun go out. What would Superman do?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Like, no son of Krypton, like... But no one in the Marvel Universe's power runs on the sun.
Right. I've noticed that too.
Like, I can't think of a hero that's like, I use the sun.
Marvel doesn't like the sun.
I mean, Sunspot kind of does.
They're backed by big gasoline. I'm kidding.
So, and what'd you think of Blood Hunt? Without spoiling
Oh,
too much.
I mean, I'm fucking amped for it.
Or because it's been actually, it's because it's been the other. It's our Blood Hunt 2 is already out, and I think the new one's comes out this week. You want to just talk about spoilers because it's already out?
Yeah, it's already been out for a hot minute. So yeah,
So let's talk about
Uh,
your
T'Challa
bit.
bitten.
But he did that to sacrifice himself.
He did.
Because Captain America cannot become a vampire because
No.
Captain America is a symbol.
Exactly.
But it's
Which
also
I was
interesting that we've talked about Captain America being a symbol and the fact that Sam Wilson is now Captain America and what it means for him being a black man being Captain America.
Yeah.
I think that means something extra pushing him forward. Like, no, I'm the king of Wakanda and this cannot stand.
Yeah.
Well, he's not the king of Wakanda anymore. Like, his statue is gone.
Yeah.
So, he sacrificed himself for the greater good. Which that's what Stephen Strange wants to do.
Yes.
His plan is to kill every single vampire.
I know.
And so that's why I'm wondering what happens to
Me too. And
Jubilee.
this is the question, and this is the ethics coming into Marvel again.
Yep. What do you do?
What do you do? What is for the greater good of mankind? Do you get rid of all the friendly vampires, including Blade, to save everybody?
What would you do? You're the one reading
Well-
Doctor Strange, and you love both of those characters.
Yes, and they were trying to come up with, that's what Strange and Cleo were trying to come up with was this spell to get rid of everybody. I just wish that it had been to maybe reverse, maybe time, mess around with that a little bit. I don't think it's necessarily kill all vampires until I got to the last fucking page.
Fresh Death Comics, there's a death. And and who was it?
Well, who inspired the vampires? Who caused the uprising? Who put the putsch into motion? It was Blade.
He's the one who's been behind the whole thing.
Yes, and
It wasn't Dracula.
wrote it in my fucking notes. Very last one. Wasn't expecting it to be Blade! 2 exclamation marks.
Yeah, never expected it, and he stabs Doctor Strange, so he now kills Doctor Strange.
Yes.
My question is, did Doctor Strange do one of his death thingies again? Remember the Death of Doctor Strange where he has like a backup copy of himself?
Yes.
And he can go back in time? Like, did he make a new backup copy?
I hope so.
Because if not, like, what are we gonna? Now Doctor Strange is dead again. You've already been through the death of Doctor Strange. Death Strange 2.
Doctor Strange 2. 2 death, 2 strange.
Like, this is just a little outrageous at this point. Like,
I know. And also, I'm apt to, at this point, I haven't looked at what's coming out this week, but I haven't seen, there being a Blood Hunt Doctor Strange book coming out. So
I didn't see that either. I mean, I've seen everybody else, and there's a lot of Blood Hunts coming out.
Yeah.
So
but I didn't see that one.
I'm excited. This Blood Hunt series, there's some rated R version books, and I want to open that now, but I also don't want to open
It'll
it.
devalue them.
I know,
struggle.
like,
the struggle is real.
It's in the plastic bag, and I can't get it
so
open.
nice, but I want to see what it is. But then if I do, I'm going to ruin it.
So I think I just have to buy 2 copies. I'm just.
That's the only solution.
So now it's time to get sad.
I don't want to get sad.
Amy, you read Feral.
Oh, you of Feral. I'll just get sadder and sadder with each freaking issue. So, just to recap, this is Tony Fleece's story, which is just the fact that he also uses his kitties as inspiration is really what, like, it's a little grip around my heart that I'm just like, ugh.
What's wrong with you?
I know. Why are you doing this to your own kitty cats?
Yeah, why would you do this to your cats?
Why?
But so speaking of okay, let's talk about Feral issue 2.
Yes, Feral issue 2. The kitties are still it's homeward. They're trying to go homeward bound. It's an incredible journey, except everybody, all the dogs have rabies. They don't know that it's rabies, but it's some sort of disease. They're just like, this isn't good. Don't trust it. They try to be like, okay, who can we turn to for help? And they're like, okay, there's a bunch of cats over there. Let's go talk to the cats. The cats will be nice to us. And the kitties have rabies. So it's a run for their lives, and the dogs are also after them. The cats are after them. They have to go across a river, they have to go up and over, and it's just a whole ordeal. It's just sad, and it's sad.
On the journey, we find out that Lord has had his nails clipped.
Oh yeah, little Lord.
So, like, there's this whole PSA. It's basically a PSA: do not declaw your cats
Because they might need them.
because they might need them in life. If they get outside, you've taken away their basic struggle. So if you, like, it really touched home of like, yeah, you never declare. Like, if you have a problem with your cat scratching things, figure it out. You're the human. Figure it out.
Yes.
Or call me. I mean, I'll be a cat whisperer because I figure out. I talk to my cat. We have communications.
Yeah, you
all
guys
the
have
time.
full conversations. You were
Like,
hoping he was going to come down here at that point.
I
weren't
was.
you?
I was looking over because I miss him, and I'm like, it's been like 10 minutes since I've seen him. This cat follows me around.
Yeah.
He's my best friend.
I
And
call him
yes,
Shadow
he
Cat.
he was scratching at the furniture. Yes, he was scratching. His nails were sharp. But then we got some scratch pads for him.
Yep.
Ones that work. They have to be the right size. And we got him to scratch. And now we don't have to do anything with his nails.
Yep, he does it all himself.
So people declaw their cat. I don't like them.
I
You
did
don't.
like that this was like the PSA for it because, yeah, like
He
what
was
if
stuck
something
in the tree, and
terrible
he's
happens?
like, I can't get down. What do I do?
Yeah.
I don't have nails.
Yeah. It's.
So it was really touching. And then like some cats don't make it.
Yeah.
And it's
I was in the other room when I knew I didn't have to ask. I knew what book you were reading because there was just a very distraught oh no coming from the other room and
that was when Lord was strapped on the tree.
Oh.
And he was like, I don't have claws.
Yeah.
My claws are gone. They go, oh no, we forgot. They declawed him.
Yeah.
And there was this cute thing of how he's hanging out in the house, and I'm like, oh, this poor kitty cat.
Mhm.
So no, I'm very much against declawing your kitties.
Yeah. Absolutely. I agree completely.
Like
It's torturous to them. Like they need their
it.
claws.
They need their claws. It's part of who they are.
Yeah. So, but yeah, just know that that's what. After reading issue 1 of Feral, I already knew what was making you sad, and I knew it was this book.
It's just a very sad book. So at the end of the book, there's this whole page about here, have your cats on the Feral, and I really want to include our cat.
Yes.
But at the same time, I don't.
I know
Because
why.
what if he's like, I'm going to put the cat in the book and the cat gets rabies? Or what if
you
the cat,
kill him off?
What if the dog had bit Robbie?
Yep.
And Robbie's shown with the rabies virus? I'm
Yeah.
going to lose my heart.
Yeah.
And yes, it would be cool to have Robbie in a comic. But I don't know. But
No, he
having
needs to
it
be in a
the-
comic. Look, we already agreed. We have a comic idea for our cat.
It would be the greatest.
I would prefer him to be in our comic. And if you guys want to hear more about that, just send us a message.
It would be the greatest comic ever about a boy and his cat and how they journey around the world as the fastest duo.
Yep.
No one can catch the cat except his owner. It's a whole story of like love and trust. It's really remarkable.
Mm-hmm.
So, Amy,
Yes.
Ultimate Spider-Man
Ultimate
is out
Spidey.
again. And this time we are going on a date.
We are. It's a
It's
double date.
It's a double date because we find out some questions that have been burning. So Mary Jane and Peter have been asked to go on double date with Harry and his wife.
Yeah.
We know the wife as Liz Allen. That has always been his wife in the Ultimate Universe. He was getting together with her. In our universe, he's gotten together with Liz Allen.
Mm-hmm.
In this universe, I have not seen Liz Allen.
Not in this issue.
In walks this incredible blonde.
Plot twist.
He's now dating Gwen Stacy.
Married to Gwen Stacy.
Married to Gwen Stacy. Sorry, I know he's going to cheat. Peter's going to cheat on Gwen Stacy, and that's what's going to turn him evil into the Green Goblin. That's my prediction. That I'm laying this down. That's not what happens. That's my prediction. I'm throwing it out there. But it was a whole dinner conversation they were having about like ethics and what's right and wrong, and we find out that maybe there's some embezzling going on in the Harry Foundation, and there's apparently Liz knows everything. So no, sorry, not Liz. Gwen knows everything. So
Yes.
my question is, does Gwen Stacy know if
That Peter Parker is Spider-Man?
Because he says he tells his wife everything. There's no secrets.
While he's told MJ basically nothing.
So here's the question I would propose.
Mm-hmm. Propose it.
Do you think in Peter's place, if you had superpowers, would you tell me? Would you tell your spouse if you had superpowers?
I think I would have to, just for my own sanity. I mean, you're my partner, you're my bestie. You're my partner, you're my bestie. Like, of course I'd have to, for my own fucking sanity, I need to talk to
But
somebody.
if you tell
about
me,
it.
then I would know and my life could be in danger.
That's true too. I don't know, but like it's different when but that was so like if you're talking about like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man first one where he's like, "No, Mary Jane, I can't. It'll hurt you. I care about you too much for us to be together." That I understand that. However, we're pretty fucking committed at this point. Like, we have a house, we have a cat. Our lives are pretty intertwined.
And
at
that's
this
what I
point.
mean. Peter Parker and Mary Jane have kids.
It's
They've
a
been in
different
this
kind of
marriage.
relationship.
So
it's
people
an
who have
adult
been-
relationship.
People who have been in an adult relationship who have been, if you magically get powers, do you tell your spouse?
I say yes.
And I don't know if I would. I think I have to tell you.
Oh my, wow.
Because-
Super surprising coming from Clark Kent over here.
I don't want to tell you, but at the same time, what if someone finds out my identity? You should probably know so that you can protect yourself.
I also don't think you could really keep, I don't know, maybe
I could teach-
you
I could
could keep secrets because, yeah.
I'm the master of secret
I
keeper.
know, but also sometimes you're like, oh my god, I have to tell you about this thing. Like, I farted yesterday and it was really loud and no one was with me. I just had to tell you about it. Like,
It was really fascinating. Like the whole room shook. It was a great fart.
like, so I want to be like, oh, yeah, you're an open book about things, but then you're also like, nope, it's vaulted 27 layers down. Yours is like, your secrets are like the Gringotts of secrets and emotions. Like, it's just, there's a cave, a dragon is hopped up there trying to keep all the secrets at bay in the vaults where it's supposed to be. Like, that's you.
I'm very selective of what I let people feel and know about me. I'm not. I don't think it's important for the world to know if I'm happy or sad. Why does my doctor need to know if I'm happy and sad all the time? Is that the doctor? The doctor doesn't need to know. Who is she?
Now you just sound like Jerry Seinfeld. Doctor, my doctor doesn't need to know.
Oh, speaking of doctors, so we went to the doctors trying to figure out some of the back pain I've had, get an x-ray done, and we had just got done watching Seinfeld, the episode where Jerry's parents get his x-ray and someone steals his dad's wallet and he starts screaming, "My wallet's gone! My wallet's gone! They stole my wallet!" And the whole episode. So they made me undress and I'm like, everything has to come off. And I'm like, oh my God, this is uncomfortable. Don't like this. So I took off everything and I had to hang up my thing and I saw my wallet. I was like, goodbye, wallet. And so I get back. I'm like, oh, my wallet's still here. That's a good thing. But I didn't want to scream like, oh, my wallet's gone, because I didn't want them to feel like, oh, I think they steal shit.
Yes.
So I wanted them to feel okay with their lives. So what I did is I texted Amy, my wallet's gone.
but with like 3 exclamation marks.
Yeah, because I'm screaming, my wallet's gone.
Yeah.
And so I timed it so when I walked out, she would open the phone and I heard it go off. And so I walked out and she looked at the message. I go, hi, you ready? And she looked at the message. I go, we're okay. And you go, but your wallet. I go, oh, it's okay. Your wallet's gone.
I thought you were serious.
And I was like, no, it's a joke. He go, how was it a joke if your wallet's gone? You just texted me.
Listen.
And then I had to explain to everybody in the room the Seinfeld episode, and I looked like an idiot explaining Seinfeld to everybody.
In my defense, you
No one in
lose.
the room had seen Seinfeld.
You lose shit all the time, and sometimes it's literally right in front of you. So this is an occurrence that is frequent. A lot of times you're like, where's my wallet? Do you have my wallet? I don't have my wallet. Is it in my pants? If it's not in my pants, I don't know where it is.
That is also something that's going to be hard in a relationship. If I'm just gone, hey, Amy, I'm going to leave for a little bit. I'm gone for hours at a time.
Yes.
You're going to be like, what's this boy doing? He's cheating on me?
Yeah.
Also, I feel like you would know what I look like in tights. Like, you would know my butt.
Like
if you
I
saw
know your
me
butt and your
swinging,
little leggies very well.
If you saw me in tights swinging, wouldn't you be like, man, I know that sexy body. I
know that backside.
Like there's no way.
I see the silhouette of his. I see the silhouette of his man bun in the distance.
What if Mary Jane's now going through this conundrum of like, I think I'm in love with the person who is Spider-Man. I can't explain it, but I'm in love with him. I'm going to cheat on Peter, but I don't want to cheat on Peter. Even though I predicted Peter's going to cheat on Mary Jane, but... Oh, and then Mary Jane's going to... Yeah. Mary Jane's going to break up with him. Take the kids.
Cheat with Harry. Or...
She could cheat with Harry.
If Peter's cheating with Gwen Stacy...
Maybe that's how they create Venom, is that she gets the Venom symbiote because she's so angry with Peter, and she becomes Venom.
Ooh, that would be different.
Now I'm just
Marvel, get a hold of us.
I'm just writing what I want Spider-Man, because now that they've made everything possible, like, I was wondering what they're going to do with Gwen Stacy. Now I know.
Yep.
They're making everything, like, I just want to read more Ultimate Spider-Man. I know the next issue is just waiting for me at the shop.
I know.
Part of me was like, can we go to Fat Cats and just, like, throw a brick through?
No!
And, like, grab books and just leave, and he won't know it's us. But I'm like...
What?
He's going to know my vehicle. I'm going to say... I'm sure there's going to be a noise. And I'm like, oh, no, there is a noise.
Yeah, because...
And then he's going to see this and go, oh, it's Brian. With my arms to... My hands to my ears.
I know.
I'm just gonna have to wait till
Be
tomorrow.
the worst robber ever.
I'm just gonna have to wait till tomorrow at the legal hours and ask for the books like a normal person. I just want to read it now. Do you think if I call him, he'll let me into the shop now and read it?
No.
Well, I'm gonna find out.
All right,
so,
not at 1:07 in the morning.
Well, I'm gonna go find out. You wanna go to sleep?
Yes.
So, I'm gonna go find out. I'm gonna go read Spider-Man. You guys need to read it. I'm excited to see what happens. There's so much that's happening.
There's so much.
We'll catch you guys next time, probably next month, to be honest with you.
Yeah, let's keep expectations low.
See you guys next month for another edition of the podcast. Let us know what books you're reading. What books are we not talking about that you want us to talk about?
You got any hot takes?
Yes. Let us know your hot takes. Message us.